Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Timberborn Z. I think that's how this works. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Pay the Suffering, where we have been basically stalling for the past couple episodes, and I do apologize for that if they have not been the greatest in entertainment history, but stall we did have to do. Based off of my work schedule and all that other fun stuff. I didn't really have time to sit down and let it play out for 6-9 hours so that we could see all the fun things in one fantastic episode. But here we are. I've got some time today, and we can actually get some things accomplished. And on that note, there are a couple things I would like to do. First off, Michigan, Minnesota, whatever you guys want to call it, right here, it's going to get a facelift. By that, I mean we're going to lift it and put on a new face. By that, I mean we're going to put on another Minnesota/Michigan on top of that, and maybe we'll make it Oklahoma. Maybe I'll prove to you guys that I know what states look like, okay? But I digress. Additionally, we are going to get in our storage system here in preparation for all of the material that we are going to be needing for the mega super mega build. That's going to be down here. Now, of course, that requires a lot of, well, prep as well. That means ripping some of this back and then putting in our mega storage tower down here so that we can have all of the materials, as previously mentioned, readily available, and then probably do something on this side too, just so that we can have copious amounts of material ready to rock and roll for all of our guys until the end of time. Basically, that's what we're trying to endeavor to do. That all being said, I probably need to divert the bad tide that's inevitably going to be coming. So we'll probably blast this down and then put in some sort of dam right here so that the bad tide can go that way as opposed to going into our face while we're in the middle of working down here, because we don't want our beavers getting sick. I don't like sick beavers. Nobody likes a sick beaver. It's nasty, wet in the wrong ways, okay? So we're going to do that. We're going to get that rectified, and we're going to start planning some of this stuff out down here. That means blasting it down. That means prepping the battle space for what we're going to be inevitably doing down there. On top of that, I want to move some of this industry permanently out of this area up to here. So that means we're going to expand the industry just a tad bit. I don't know quite how I'm going to effectuate that transition. Probably expand this way as well as this way so we can add some additional real estate up here floating above our power system, which is doing just fine, by the way. However, we have the materials readily available to actually expand our power systems a lot more, so we are definitely going to take advantage of that today. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to go up to 3 times speed, and I wanted to do a couple things, actually, before we get into this. Before we start this, we're going to disconnect some of these paths here to try to calm things down just a tad bit. I don't know if this will actually help or not, but I'm going to hope that it does. Since we do have all of this already connected with the tube ways, theoretically we shouldn't need any of this attached anymore. Now this has to be attached up here somehow. This doesn't need to be attached right there now because this is all attached via that. I don't know if that's going to be very helpful in the long haul. I do need to get them to actually clear some of that out, and then this stuff probably needs to be cleared out. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I doubt it will, but a guy can dream. It's still nice and chunky, so that's definitely not the answer that I was looking for. However, we'll press. We shall overcome, as they say, I suppose. All right, so let's get in here. I want to knock this out first because we're going to need power as we expand all of our industry up there. So we can go ahead and get this in. We have plenty of the materials on hand, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue for us to do this. And I'm missing. So let's get that rectified. We don't want to lose out on any potential real estate where we can get more power. I missed that show. What was the name of that show? That's how bad I am with names. I apologize. Tim the Toolman Taylor, he was in it. He was, oh my goodness. Why am I drawing a blank? Anyway, I digress. So we'll get that in there. We'll get all that attached, ready to rock and roll. That's probably going to far exceed our capacity as far as lumber, but we do have copious amounts of lumber that is coming in right now. So that should be theoretically fine. We've got all of this back here too. So that's barely been tapped. We could probably expand this a little bit, get a few more of our beavers in here to help tear that down so that we can actually get that moving. I might get in here and unpause this. I don't think I will, but we'll let them come in here and do all of those things real quick, and then we're going to start prepping this area as well. So I want this blasted back to about here. So that means something like this. All the way back here, and then I want a triple right here. No, why did I put doubles there? Don't put doubles there. I wanted this all on the same level. What are you doing? All right, so let's try that again. Singles. All the single ladies. Wait, am I? Nope, not gonna touch that one. Can't catch me, DMCA strikes. Anyway, I digress. I'm losing my mind, as is standard, but it's okay. You guys are here for it. I'm here for it. The beavers are here for it. And apparently I missed the line. And I missed the line again. There we go. All right, so that's in. And now we need to give them a way up there to take care of that. So that means that we bring that in right yeah. And then right yeah. And I guess right there. That's probably a tad bit excessive. They can reach. No, they wouldn't be able to reach. So go ahead, wrap that in like such as, and so probably give this a slight priority bump over what's happening on the other side, because that's going to burn through all of our materials that we'd like to use up here. So get this in, and then that will be great. Now, let's think about this real quick. So if we blast this right here, that should not... What are you guys doing? Okay. Whew. I thought we were going to have an issue with beavers running into places they shouldn't be going. All right, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and just tack in some levees right here and do the same right there, just so that we can not run into an issue with that happening there. Now, they don't have a way to get over there, so we will have to rectify that by tossing in a set of stairs right there, which means they should be able to reach all of that without any issue, and they are already placing all of the dynamite for us. That's beautiful. This is already in. They've already got 3 or 6 of these in. Heck yeah, let's go. That's going to offer so much power. So much power. That's going to be huge. Get all that attached. There we go. That's what we want to see. So we will give this a priority bump since they're already producing so much juice for us already. I love to see it. You love to see it. Look at all that. It's going to be so much. We're not going to be wanting for power anytime soon, I don't believe. Let's go ahead and reattach this so I don't have that one thing pestering me the entire time. So where was that? Right here. You guys come over here and empty these out for me. That would be great. And then we will clear that out here soon. Now, I wanted to also get this in right here. So we are going to do that real quick. So that was a single right there. We're going to do rotate, and then probably that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's perfect. Then we will have to tear this out, continue the path down, and we'll have a connection to the other side like so. Now, we do need to do something like this. Actually, probably a double right here. Hopefully this will not hit. It does hit. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. That is not what we want to see. How do we... Well, maybe we could do that like that. And then how about a... This isn't going to be the answer. Yeah, that's already on the same height, and that's not going to do what we need it to do. It's not what we want. Let's see here. Do it from this side? Maybe? So something like that. For those three? Yeah, I like that. That's not what I wanted. I wanted doubles there. Not even, yeah. Or singles there. Nope, not doing the single ladies joke again. You already ruined it. You can't do it again, bud. You can't do it again. Okay, so that goes double there, and then we toss in a triple right here. And then we toss in that bad Johnny right there, and there we go. We've solved the problem. That's gonna work just fine. I don't think they have access to in here anymore. They do not. I don't know if I can give them access to that anymore. I could. It's simple. I think. Maybe. Maybe it's not as simple as I think it is. I don't know. Well, they can build that one, which means that... Well, okay. That's... I'm gonna have to... Well, yeah, no, wait, yeah, no. Okay, how about we do this? So, we rip this out. Not that. Okay, let's do it this way. We do that. Do that. Then we do this as a singleton right here. Then we do a triple right here. And then we do that like that. Now... They should be able to come over here, and then once they get this built, and they'll be able to come across here, build that, and then they should be able to reach this, and then build that. Yeah, that will do. That's how we'll do that. So that'll give us 6 more, or 12? No, 6 more buildings, at least by 4 by 2 or 3 by 2s, however it all pans out. So that will move our wood workshops that have been paused for the past millennia over there, rocking and rolling, and then we can start ripping out some of these additional plank workshops down here too. So that is probably something that's going to be quite beneficial for us. Now let us see where else we are at. These are slowly moving in. Look at all of that. That is going so fast. It is going so fast, and I love to see it. Look at that. We already got 4 more in. What's our power supply looking like right now? 12,000. It's over 9,000. Oh, that is what we want to see. All right. I know this is not what I wanted to do this episode, but it just makes me super excited to do this. Okay. I'm super stoked to see all of this go in, and all of this power that we've been working towards finally come to fruition, and seeing it all get moving properly. And that's what we want. We want infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite living space. Anyway. Let's go ahead. Run that in right there. Let's see if they cleared this out. They did. So let's go ahead and rip this out. And tear out all 3 of those. And then I wanted... you gone, and yeah, and I've already ripped you out. You're not connected to anything. Okay. Do I even need this path here? You're still connected to something. Let's go ahead and disconnect you. Okay. Now you're not connected to anything. So now this area is fully self-sufficient internal to its power or its line. This is technically not needed down here anymore. So let's go ahead and remove that. I don't know why that guy was walking that way like that. Oh, because there's storage up here. I should probably rectify that too, honestly. get them a way to gain access to that storage a little bit easier. Maybe I need to get the storage over here so it's right next to this tubeway station. Maybe that's the smart thing to do. Let's do that real quick. So that was triples like that. Then a storage pile, industrial pile right there. And that's going to be lumber, and that's going to be a supply lumber. And then we can tear that out. And then I honestly don't know if these two are any necessary anymore. They're kind of helping clear this up, but we're to the point where everything seems to be scattered as far as its development cycle is concerned. So it may not be entirely necessary. These guys are definitely not keeping up. Well, it's not that they're not keeping up. It's just there's nowhere to store all of... They're not getting any assistance. This stuff is not moving anywhere. So that is why they are slowed down. So we can get that fixed by getting haulers over here to move some of that lumber out. So that'll be quite helpful. How is this coming along? They are touching it, so that's good to see. This is all done. That is all done. Well, they still haven't attached any of this. Let's go ahead and give this a priority bump over that mess that we've created up there. We're still doing all right on the explosives. They haven't reached this side because I didn't give them the capacity to reach that side. And then there we go. Connect that up. Now they should be able to reach all of that, and that will clear up that piece of real estate for us. Brilliant. That is what we want to see. That will get done relatively quickly. They have moved over to other pastures, so that'll be taken care of elsewhere. They are tacking this in, or like such as and so, and I love to see it. Still, what are we at? Okay, we're at 9,000. We probably lost a few engines, maybe? They stopped running? I don't know. I know not. Okay. Now we need to tear this stuff out. So we're going to pause the game. And we're going to go ahead and start tearing this stuff out. So that means all of you are gone. That means you're gone. That means you're gone. I'm going to tear you guys out. You're gone. I need to replace you really fast because we can't not have coffee anymore, okay? You guys are gone. And then... Alright, so we have to reconnect these. That should be relatively simple. And then we need to reconnect this. Or we come in here, blast this out, tear all this out, or blast this line out, and then we can put all of our engines back here a little bit more cleanly. Maybe that's an idea. I don't know. But that is there. Why is that red on that side, but then green on that side? There. Maybe that'll help out. Oh, I highly doubt it, but it's in there. All right, let's clear up some of this. We're not going to clear out all that material because that was a lot of really nice material that was very good for us. And I tore all this out because I wanted to turn this into a place where we are going to toss in a bunch of our hauling posts. Not up against the engine that's going to... Well, I can run the power back into there. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, let's actually tear this out. Tear this out, tear this out. And then we'll put our science back in right there. And then I want to actually move those two, so we'll do that real quick. Tear that out, like so. Toss in our number cruncher right here. That probably won't fit in this little crevice here, will it? No, but we can make it fit. We have the technology. It's just a little boom pow. It's right in there. And they should be able to reach that. Too far? Alright, well, here. Have a path. Now, are you too far? No. Okay, sweet. Let's fix the problem that I wanted to fix in the first place, which was getting more hauling posts. 2, 3, and we have a total of 70 beavers sat around doing nothing with their time. So that's 50 haulers right there. That's 60. This needs to be cleaned up a lot a bit, but that is a good starting point, and we'll let them clean that stuff up soon-ish. I do need to reconnect the power here relatively quickly so that these guys can get back to work, and so that that gets powered. So we can do that just like this. And I believe that these get powered from the back. Yeah, that should be fine. That'll work for now. So that can do that thing. Sweet. That should be reconnected, right? Okay. Nope, I need to also connect it right here. Boosh. There we go. That should do it. Hopefully. We'll see. How are we doing over here? This is all connected. You're not all connected. We're missing it. We're missing one. I found it. There's a path in the way that prevented that. It's the wrong rotate. That's it right there. Let's give that a max priority right there. There we go. There we go. That's what we wanted. Come on, who's going to be the lucky beaver? Who's going to be it? Who's going to come in and throw in the last piece of this wonderful piece of... Okay. No one? No one's going to do it? Oh. Siberian Tabby! No! Well, you did it. Good job! 14,000. 14,000. And it's lovely. Love to see it. You love to see it. That is what you love to see. There we go. There we go. Alright, get that connected, and that gives them lines to go do all the other fun things. I do kind of want to give this a priority bump over here. But I also... yeah. We're going to need the dirt. I know that we're full on dirt right now, so there's probably not much of a need to do that. But we should fix things, okay? We should fix the things that we make a mess out of. And that should, yeah, solve that problem. Sweet. I love it. I love to see it. This is beautiful. Did they get this all in? They did. So this goes kaboom, as does this. There we go. Let's rip out what we have already in here. Like that. Go ahead and tear that out. And now we pause the game and we try to remember how we built this last time. Because I've already forgotten how to do this. Let's see here. Well, let's just look at what we did. So that was 2. Yeah, okay. I think I've got it. Maybe we can do it something like this. And then I think it was 2 apart like that. And we could even just do something like this. And then continue to go up as far as we want until we get to the stratosphere. Okay, probably not that high because that's tad bit excessive, and if only I could remember how to place things instead of causing a problem for myself. And rotate things. There we go, there we go, there we go. All right, sweet. So that's in. Now we want a path right in through here. and a path like that. And then back in here, we'll call it there. We'll have our stairs that'll go up. Probably do the same right here. Have them facing that way, and then we put that in like there. And then we put our paths in like that. And that goes right there and right there. And then we do right here and right here. We'll put those stairs in. And I'm going to fast forward here. So enjoy the wonderful sounds of the whatever it is that I called my wonderful music that you guys get to enjoy for the next 6 to 9 seconds. So enjoy it while I finish placing all this. All right, and welcome back. There we go. So that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would, but it's in now, so that's all that matters. All right, I did notice that we're running low on planks, so we're going to rectify that by getting these guys running again. That will get some of those bots that we've had set around doing nothing running again, so that would be glorious. We do have all of this put in. We do have a bot that decided it wanted to be in the very wrong spot at all the wrong times, as is standard for our bots. So that was smart of him. Not really. That was pretty dumb of that bot right there. But, you know, that's fine. That's par for the course for our bots. They like to do ridiculous and unnecessary things. And let's go ahead and toss that in. And I don't know if that will fit there. It does. What is in the way? The path is in the way. Okay, we can fix that by removing the path. And there we go. Now we have science moving. That should all get connected without any issue. That's in. That's in. Brilliant. You need to give this a priority. Otherwise, our dirt guys are not going to get anything accomplished. They are placing that, so that is good to see, and that is what we want to see. Now let's go ahead and toss in what we tore out over there, which was these guys. I think we only need 2 for now. We did take out 1 centrifuge, but we have 3 over here, and I think I had that other one paused, so it's not really going to be an issue if we do not put that back in. Let's see, what else do we need to have? Oh, coffee. Coffee. We can't forget the coffee. Coffee brewery is an absolute requirement, okay? We're even going to go so far as to put 2 in and probably put in a lot of storage for our coffee. We can't have our beavers going coffeeless, all right? You understand? Good. All right. We did tear out a few of the food factories as well, but I don't feel that it's necessary to replace those guys. We are out of bots, so they can't really put anybody into those positions, so we'll just let those guys continue to work like they had been. They are putting this in, so that is good to see. And now I want to see how we're doing over here. It's already going in. It's going in, and it looks brilliant. That's in. So we've got a bad tide diversion plan already in. So that is good to see. So that will be helpful for this. Man, this drought is taking 5 years. 5 years to get through this drought. I'm not complaining too hard. I kind of am, but, you know, that's fine. Let's go ahead and toss in a few more lumberjack flags to help out with this collection, because apparently we're not keeping up with the demand. It probably doesn't help that I don't have that much in the way of storage for them to do anything. So these are on supply, and so these guys should be dumping all of their material into here. 3 unconnected buildings. Yeah, the ones on top. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna happen. They are just doing things out of order. Well, I did place all of the storage places before I put anything else. Okay, so that's going. That'll take its time. We're gonna keep getting these unconnected building notifications for the next, oh my goodness, the next 6 to 9 seconds. So let that continue to do its thing. And now we're gonna come over here and we're going to play with this. I'm not actually going to make Oklahoma, though that would be pretty cool to do. We're going to do this back in here. I don't know if this is actually all going to work out as well as I'd like it to in my head. But we will give it a go. So let's see. Let's do triples here. We'll call that. Is that necessary? Hold up. How far out does that go? So we'd be 2 shy on that side. And 1 shy on that side. And then it'd be the same on the other. So let's do something like this. I don't know how I want to tackle this. Actually, let's tear this out. And let's just do this. Nope, this. That there. This here. No, probably the other way. Nope. Is that ridiculous? Is this going to work? Probably not. No, that's not going to work. Okay, I don't know how I want to do this. I do not know how I want to do this. Maybe we just accept the fact that it's not going to be this ridiculous shape anymore. We just make a square platform. Maybe that's the answer. I'm okay with that being an answer. Actually, hold the phone. So we could do something like this. So that's 1, 2, 3. Right there. We do something like that. Like that. And then we put this right here. That right there. And then we do 1, 2, 3. And we can do that all along this. Maybe that's the answer. That's really high though. That's a lot of unused real estate. So does it need to be on that platform? I don't think it needs to be on that platform. Let's tear that out. Do this. So, like that. Like this. There. And that. That. That's still 3 high, but it's a little less ridiculous. And if we wanted to even it up, probably pull this into 5 instead of a 6, and then, or have it just We'll save materials by doing that. So maybe that's the answer. And I probably want to do it on this side, lean this way, because I've got that path right here already going in. Maybe that's the answer. All right, so I'm going to look at that. We're going to see if that's better looking. Probably not. But we shall see. So that goes like that, and then we do this here, that, there, this here. It looks a little bit better. It probably doesn't change how it looks aesthetically. I don't know. I'm going to go with that. I like that. Okay, and speed up montage, take 3. Go me. All right, that doesn't look too bad, I think. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see if that actually works out for them. We're going to unpause, let them go ahead and continue working on all of that. They're getting all these stairs in, all of these in, and that's going great. They are already filling some of this stuff in. I saw some dirt going in here already, and we got some metal blocks moving in as well. So all of that is being produced and placed appropriately. And how are we doing over here? They cannot reach that, so I need to give them a path down this line so they can reach that, and then that can get finalized, and then we'll have even more real estate to do all the things. Sweet. I have all of these placed, but not maxed out for hauling, so let's go ahead and rectify that real quick. Go ahead and fill all of these positions in. And that should not cause any issues for our beavers. Because we still have 50 floating around, now down to 27, not doing anything. And we could probably throw in a couple builder huts, give them something to do with their hands, but I'll let the 30 of them chillax, you know, and let them enjoy their life for a few minutes. Now, this is going to take a minute to do. You know what we could do to speed this process up? I know exactly how to speed this process up. We're going to do this. The thing I should have finished a while ago, which is this. So let's go ahead and get that in real quick. So flip that around, connect that right there. Then we're going to toss this in right here, and then boosh. Then give this a priority bump. And that will help get all of that done. And then this will get done faster. That's how smart people do things, allegedly. Now, I do need power over here as well, so that we can charge our builder beavers. So we can go ahead and just toss in a couple engines to help do that. And then we can then toss in a bunch of our... So this is 400 power each, right? So just double check. Yes, 400 power. And then these take 50 a pop. So we've got 800 total right there. So 16. I can put in 16 of these bad Johnnies. Brilliant. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Probably something like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Need one more right there, I guess. It's probably not the best use of our real estate. It's fine for now, I think. Am I encroaching on where I'm going to be turning? Probably. Yeah, let's fix that. Let's fix that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then so that is 6, 12. Do that, and that, and then blast this back a little bit, and that'll give us something to work with. You just run the power along this backside. That shouldn't be a problem, theoretically. Pause that, and then run this path over like that. And they should be able to reach all that. Sweet. That is getting put in. That is as well. Planks, how are we doing? We're not doing that great. We need to get those guys moving and grooving a little bit more efficiently. You guys are not getting logs fast enough, apparently. So let's see what's causing that. They're not prioritized to obtain. Okay, let's get that. We've got plenty of haulers running about, so there's no need for that to be an issue for these guys. So let's get that rectified, you know, as soon as possible, if you don't mind. My little dudes. That'd be great. This is going to eat through a lot of our planks building all this. But it's okay. It's okay. We have the technology. We can fix it. Alright, let's go ahead and fill in some of these gaps that were created by the ruins that we had there initially. I believe I have all of this marked for cutting. I do, minus these last two. That's good. That's great. How are we doing power-wise? Still 15,000. Love to see it. You love to see it. That is in, so that means these guys are able to move a little bit faster. I don't know why they're taking the long way as opposed to, you know, taking the tube way. Is it because there's a... What happens if I do this? No. Oh my goodness. What happens if I do that? Is that necessary? Does that mean that they can just, instead of going out and in, do these serve as what? How are we stranded? Where are you stranded? Where are you at, my dude? Vader! Where are you at? How are you stranded there, my guy? How? Hello? There are stairs. What is happening here? I am very confused. Like, why are you stuck? Oh. I did that wrong. Hold up. Yeah, I did that wrong. I did that wrong. Oh, goodness gracious. I thought I did that pretty good. Hold up. Where did I... How did... Okay. Hold up. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Is that... What did I... How did I... I am very confusion here. How does that... How did... So... That comes up to here. And they should be able to... Yeah. There. How did I work that up so poorly? I am baffled by my ridiculousness here. And it's very confusing to try to ascertain what it is that I've done incorrectly here. Because it's hard to tell. Okay, so that's not connected. That's not connected. That is connected. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna try to fix this. We'll catch you guys on the back of another time skip that I didn't anticipate having to do. So be right back. All right, I think that fixed it. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. I made a mess. They'll have to clean that up. That'll be for them to take care of. They've got plenty of time to do that. Sweet. Let them go ahead and do that. You guys don't have a way into there. So you're not connected. I don't have anything on the other side rolling either. I don't know what I want to put in there yet, though. That's the problem. Probably more lumber mills. Maybe that's probably the best use of their time. Yeah, since we are going to be burning through planks pretty heavily for the next couple of days. Go ahead and connect to that like such as... Go ahead and grab that like that. Have them prioritize this. And then we can rip that out. Well, let's prioritize. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have them. And I'll just place this afterwards. I don't know if that's the correct answer, but it'll get done one way or another. All right. This has barely been touched, but they are working on it slowly. And that's probably where a portion of our materials are going anyway. That probably has to do with the fact that I ripped this all out and did not give that a priority bump again because this was the next thing that I told them to put in. So that's why that is going in, which I'm not upset by because that's going to give us a lot of real estate back to work with, and we can make more foodstuffs, and we can make more, we can steal some of this real estate back for other things like lumber. Or we could just make this entire platform just lumber, which wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Now, I believe that this is no longer necessary right here. As is all of this pathing back in here. So let's go ahead and just rip that out. That means none of this is attached anymore. Sweet. Theoretically, that should help with a little bit of the lag issue that we've been having. Maybe. I doubt it. Go ahead and cut this off too. And that'll give us a little bit more. Yeah, we have paths everywhere, but if they're not connected, then the game's not trying to constantly compute in the background what's happening at the end. So the game, I believe, to my understanding, the game is trying to calculate distances from the path that are accessible to the beavers by every point, right? So if you have a path here, it's going to count out to 10 spaces left, 10 spaces right, 10 spaces forward, and ascertain what is accessible to a beaver along that route at any given point in time. So I think that might have something to do with some of the lag issues we've been dealing with. It feels a little bit smoother now, so hopefully that has rectified a little bit. We could probably even do the same down here. There's no need for this path to exist anymore. Actually, there is, because we're going to have to use that to get over here. So there is that. That's all going in. I do want to prioritize these explosives back here, because I do want to get that in sooner rather than later, so that we can have something to do with, or a place to charge our bots that are going to be over there working for a prolonged period of time. And then, once we have our planks back in the green again, our logs back in the green again, then we will be able to start placing all of our fun mess down here. And that will be an episode of just pure absolute pain and suffering. But I'm here for it. I hope you guys are here for it too. I hope that you guys enjoy the madness that I create in unnecessarily insanely large builds that I do. I guess they're not insanely large compared to some of the other builds I've seen on the YouTubes, but for me, for a man's with tiny little brain ball, these massive builds are kind of, you know, massive, and they hurt my brain to do. So yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and rip that out. Toss in another factory right there, and then have this be a max priority. And then I don't want these placed in quite yet. All right, cool story, bro. How are we doing over here? The game's still lagging a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as it was before. That is all in. So our tower of juicy goodness is in now and ready for all of our materials to slowly make their way down here, and that will provide us with copious amounts of goodness for us, which that's the wrong button. I need this button here. And then I don't even need that one. I need this down here. So let's go like that. No, not that one. Why do I keep grabbing that one? There. 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 And then we just need the one right here, and that will connect all of that for free. And since I've got these outer ones paused, they shouldn't get stuck anywhere. And then that will be great. And then we can have them prioritize that by haulers. And then we can have all of this prepped and ready to rock and roll. I love it. I love it a lot. This is going into, which is really freaking awesome. I need a way to get up there. They did build this back here. So I probably could expand this just a tad bit. I do also need to tear a portion of this out to allow for irrigation. That wouldn't be a bad idea. This is just a pancake on top of Minnesota, and I apologize. I promised you guys Oklahoma, but I just gave you a pancake. I guess it's not even a pancake. It's more like a waffle. Or it's a sheet of paper. Yeah, we'll just call this an 8.5 by 11. You know, this is a sheet of paper. You guys have to accept it. We have covered the covered Minnesota in a sheet of paper. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. That's how we're doing it. That's how we've done the things. But I think with this in here, now we can go ahead and rip that out right now. Toss in this bad Johnny. like such as give that a priority bump. And then we can get all these guys in and get this all running as well. And that will give us all of our bots a position to work in, which will be great. Which means... Oh, that was expensive. Did they put this in yet? They did. Ooh, fancy. Probably way too much. Yeah. Yeah, I need more power over here for this. Do we run power over? Because that is definitely not meeting the demand at all. That's 500 a pop. Yeah. Oops. That was a decision. That was definitely a decision. Rip that out real quick and we'll toss in a few more engines. Yeah. This is not how this is supposed to be solved, but it will get us a bit closer. So that was 1200 and that puts us... Oh, these over here on top of everything else. Yeah, that's why. I need to run this. I need to connect this power hub over here. So, you guys fired. Sorry. I need to gain access to all this. Stop grabbing the wrong thing, please. That would be great. And then... I should be able to reach that. Yeah, okay. Unconnected buildings. All of those. Yeah, okay. Copy. That is no longer the case. There we go. That should be enough juice to run all of that. Building lacks power. Yep. I know. Okay, prioritize these. Oh, they already got one of them in. All right, well, there's that. I gave them a way in there, didn't I? Yes. They've already gotten up there. They've already started placing some of the... Okay. There we go. I just saw a bot expire. That was very sad to see. Go ahead and give them a path in here so that they can continue working on all those things. Brilliant. They've already got the first couple in. That's what we want to see. That's burning through some of our metal blocks, but that's okay for now. And we've still got plenty of dirt. They are slowly going to start filling that in as time progresses because, or as soon as this power gets reconnected, which it is. We're still running a little hot, so we might pause one of these guys. That puts us a little bit closer to what we need to be. That's a little better. It's a little less painful than it was. That's what we want to see. Now we need to connect. What is another thing that we need over here? And this is... Let's toss in another wood workshop. Why not? Why won't you let me... Oh, there's a path there. Duh. Yeah. There we go. Wood workshop. Right there. Give this a priority bump. And get that in. Then we can connect all this up. And then we'll have plenty of jobs for them to do the things. Now, I do need to give these guys a little bit of help as far as getting all their stuff, because you can see their productivity's awful, and well, their coffee storage is way over here on the other side of the world, so that's not really helping anything. And I also need to start placing coffee shops throughout the build too, so that would be pretty helpful for them. All right, that should be all connected now, so we can rip this out without having any problems with anything. And then grab this. Go ahead and drag that across, and then do... Realize that I'm already ruining it. Okay, where's our door? I don't know why I put doors on the wrong side here. Apparently, I'm a goober. But now that's all connected. There we go. Get Heyday out of there. Get an iron bot in there. And then we need to bring pine resin up here for these guys and planks. But that's fine. We'll let that sort itself out. I'm not too concerned about sparkly planks. I just wanted to replace what we'd torn out over here. So that is good. This is going in now, and then just do that one at a time so that they don't get stuck somewhere. Because they do be ridiculous who like, they do be the ridiculous beavers who like to get stuck, okay? And we don't like having ridiculous stuck beavers. There. That should connect up. That should be a little bit more power for all the things. They're already building it. Great. That's going to be another 800. Sweet. So that means we could probably unpause this. And that should keep everything going smoothly. We're 250 over, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine for what we need it to do. Sweet. That's kind of cleaned up a little bit. I still want to clean a little bit more of this up. I honestly want to tear all of this out and redo all of this because this is just a mess up here. I've made it into such a mess by putting all these random structures on top. But that's a future me problem. That's a super future me problem that I'm not ready to tackle quite yet because we have a mega build to tackle. And it is going to be a massive build, which is going to take some time to get to. So, by the time that you guys see the next episode, you should see all of these materials, all of the planks, all of the metal blocks, all the logs, all the food, everything that is going to be needed to build this super mega structure build. So I'm going to do that in the background before we get into the next episode. I hope that you guys did enjoy this episode as we did all the super mega uber duper prep for all the super mega uber duper building and also the tiny mega build that we're doing down here. So we got some things accomplished today. We got some things cleaned up. We got some more industry expanded. We got this cleaned up. We got this in. We got our staging area prepped. Things are going great. I'm here for it. And we cleaned up some of them. Well, we didn't necessarily clean it up. We just told them to stop doing the things with all the stuff. So I'm loving it. I'm happy to see where this is at. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button as well. And I would appreciate that if you can. And if you want to leave a comment, say, hey, you're a goober. You did all these things wrong. Look at that. You've got a bunch of stuff over here that's already half dead because, well, you ran out of water because you don't have a proper irrigation plan because all your water's down here. See, those are the comments that I laugh at and I appreciate because they make me giggle. Anyway, I hope you guys had a fun time wherever you're in the world. Make sure you guys keep yourselves nice, hydrated, nice and thirsty. Keep rocking the free world, and we'll see you on the next episode of Timberborn Z, where we tackle the Mega Uber Super Power Project from Powerland. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. I'm out. See ya.